Hey, Cowboys Nation. Welcome to your ultimate destination for all things Dallas Cowboys. From the latest news, game analyses, rumors, to deep dives into player performances and strategies, we've got you covered. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a play. Let's dive into everything you need to know about America's team. The buzz around Amari Cooper arriving at the headquarters of the Dallas Cowboys has set the entire sports world on fire. And honestly, it feels like one of those moments where something bigger is quietly unfolding behind the scenes. Cameras were already positioned outside, insiders whispering to one another. And suddenly there he was, calm, composed, walking through those doors like a man who knows exactly what he's about to secure. The speculation had been building for days, but seeing him physically step into that building made everything feel real. People close to the situation are hinting that this is not just a routine contract discussion, but something that could redefine the Cowboys' offensive identity moving forward. The idea of a 4-year deal being placed on the table has fans dreaming, debating, and even arguing about what this could mean long-term. Some say it is a statement of trust, others believe it is a calculated gamble. But either way, the atmosphere around the franchise feels electric, like something major is about to be sealed. Now, when you really start to break down what a 4-year commitment could mean for a player like Amari Cooper, things get even more interesting because this is not just about numbers on a contract. It is about belief, timing, and direction. Sources close to the front office suggest that this move has been quietly building for quite some time, with conversations happening behind closed doors long before the public caught wind of anything. There's a growing feeling that the Cowboys see Cooper as more than just a wide receiver, but rather as a cornerstone piece in a system they're trying to reshape. And if that is true, then this rumored agreement is not just about keeping talent. It is about building identity. Fans are already imagining how this could impact the chemistry within the locker room, especially with younger players who look up to Cooper's professionalism and consistency. There's also the question of how this affects future roster decisions, because committing to one player for 4 years always sends a ripple effect through the entire organization. As the story continues to unfold, insiders are beginning to hint at the details surrounding the visit itself, and this is where things start to feel even more intriguing. Apparently, Cooper did not just walk in, sign papers, and leave. Far from it. The visit is being described as extensive, deliberate, and filled with strategic conversations about the future of the team. This suggests that both sides are not only focused on the present, but are deeply invested in what lies ahead. There's talk about offensive schemes, leadership roles, and even how Cooper's presence could influence the development of upcoming talent. This kind of dialogue does not happen unless there is a serious intention to commit. And while nothing has been officially confirmed, the tone of these discussions paints a picture of mutual respect and shared vision. It is the kind of scenario where both the player and the organization feel like they are building something together, rather than simply negotiating a deal. At the same time, the reaction from fans has been nothing short of explosive, with social media turning into a battlefield of opinions, predictions, and bold claims. Some fans are convinced that this is the move that will elevate the Cowboys back into serious contention, while others remain cautious, pointing out the risks that come with long-term contracts in such a competitive league. There is also a layer of nostalgia mixed into the conversation, as many supporters recall Cooper's previous impact and wonder if this new chapter could surpass those expectations. What makes this situation so compelling is the uncertainty, because while the rumors feel strong, there is always that lingering question of whether everything will go exactly as expected. That tension is what keeps everyone glued to updates, refreshing feeds, and analyzing every small detail coming out of the team's headquarters. Meanwhile, analysts are starting to connect the dots between this potential deal and the broader strategy of the Cowboys organization, and the conclusions are fascinating. If this 4-year agreement becomes reality, it could signal a shift towards stability and continuity, something that has been a challenge for many teams in recent years. By securing a player like Cooper, the Cowboys may be aiming to create a reliable offensive foundation that can withstand the ups and downs of a long season. There's also speculation that this move could attract other players who are looking for a team with a clear direction and strong leadership. In that sense, Cooper's arrival at the headquarters is not just about one contract. It is about the message it sends to the entire league. It tells everyone that the Cowboys are serious about their ambitions and willing to invest in the pieces they believe in. And then there is the emotional side of all this, which often gets overlooked but plays a huge role in situations like this. For Amari Cooper, walking into that building must have carried a mix of anticipation, confidence, and perhaps even a bit of nostalgia. Returning to a familiar environment, surrounded by people who understand his value, can create a powerful sense of belonging. That emotional connection can sometimes be the deciding factor in negotiations, tipping the balance in favor of a long-term commitment. Fans can sense that energy, even from a distance, and it adds another layer to the story. This is not just business. It is personal. It is about legacy, and it is about the kind of impact a player wants to leave behind. And if the rumors are true, then this moment could mark the beginning of a new chapter that resonates far beyond the contract itself. As the speculation grows stronger, there are whispers that the structure of this rumored 4-year deal could be as strategic as the decision itself, with clauses and incentives designed to align both the player's performance and the team's ambitions. This is where things start to feel even more calculated, because modern contracts are rarely straightforward, especially when a player of Amari Cooper's caliber is involved. Sources suggest that there could be performance-based triggers that not only reward consistency, but also encourage leadership on and off the field. That kind of structure would indicate that the Cowboys are not just investing in Cooper's talent, but in his influence within the organization. It also raises questions about how confident the team is in their long-term vision, because deals like this often reflect a deeper level of planning. Fans and analysts alike are dissecting every possible angle, trying to understand how this agreement could shape the team's future over the next several seasons. Another layer to this unfolding story is the timing, which many believe is far from coincidental. The Cowboys have been under pressure to make a defining move, something that reassures their fan base and reestablishes their identity as a powerhouse. Bringing Amari Cooper back into the fold with a rumored 4-year commitment could be exactly that kind of move. It sends a signal that the organization is not willing to settle for mediocrity and is ready to take decisive action. At the same time, the timing also raises questions about what other moves might follow. Could this be the first step of strategic decisions aimed at rebuilding or reinforcing the roster? The uncertainty adds to the excitement, because it feels like this is just the beginning of a larger narrative that is still unfolding. There is also a growing belief that Cooper's presence could have a ripple effect on the team's offensive dynamics, potentially unlocking new possibilities that were previously out of reach. His ability to create separation, read defenses, and execute under pressure makes him a unique asset. And if the Cowboys are indeed committing to him for 4 years, it suggests they are planning to build around those strengths. This could lead to adjustments in play calling, personnel usage, and even the overall philosophy of the offense. It is the kind of shift that can transform a team from predictable to dangerous, and that is exactly what fans are hoping for. The idea that one player could influence so many aspects of the game is both exciting and daunting, but it highlights just how important this rumored deal could be. Behind the scenes, there are also hints that this negotiation process has been marked by mutual respect and careful consideration, rather than rushed decisions or aggressive tactics. That kind of approach often leads to more sustainable outcomes, because both sides feel heard and valued. It also suggests that there is a genuine desire to make this partnership work, rather than simply reaching an agreement for the sake of it. This level of professionalism can have a positive impact on the entire organization, setting a tone for future negotiations and interactions. If the rumors are accurate, then this deal could become a model for how the Cowboys handle similar situations moving forward. Of course, no major development comes without its share of skepticism, and there are those who question whether committing to a player for 4 years is the right move in such a fast-paced and unpredictable league. Injuries, performance fluctuations, and changing team dynamics are all factors that can influence the outcome of long-term deals. However, supporters of this rumored agreement argue that the potential rewards far outweigh the risks, especially when the player in question has already proven his value. This debate adds another layer of intrigue to the story, as fans and analysts weigh the pros and cons, each bringing their own perspective to the table. As the anticipation continues to build, the image of Amari Cooper walking into the Cowboys headquarters remains at the center of it all, a powerful visual that symbolizes possibility, ambition, and perhaps even transformation. It is a moment that captures the essence of sports, where uncertainty and excitement coexist, and where a single decision can change the course of a team's future. Whether this rumored 4-year deal becomes official or not, the impact of this moment is already being felt, sparking conversations, fueling debates, and reminding everyone why they are so passionate about the game. And as the hours pass, the silence from inside the building only makes everything feel even more intense, almost like the calm before something massive is revealed. People close to the Dallas Cowboys organization are being unusually careful with their words, which in situations like this usually means there's a lot more happening than what is being said publicly. The image of Amari Cooper inside those walls keeps replaying in everyone's mind because it represents more than just a meeting. It feels like a turning point. Some insiders suggest that the discussions may have gone beyond contract numbers, touching on legacy, expectations, and even how Cooper envisions the final stretch of his career. That kind of conversation does not happen unless both sides are seriously considering a long-term commitment. And when you combine that with the rumored 4-year structure, it starts to paint a picture of something that could redefine not just a roster, but an entire era for the franchise. What makes this situation even more fascinating is the possibility that this deal is being crafted with a very specific vision in mind, one that goes far beyond the present moment. There are whispers that the Cowboys are not just thinking about the next season, but about building a stable offensive core that can remain competitive for years to come. If Amari Cooper is indeed at the center of that plan, then this rumored agreement becomes even more significant. It is no longer just about securing a talented wide receiver. It is about anchoring a philosophy. Fans have started to imagine scenarios where Cooper becomes the guiding force for younger players, setting standards in preparation, discipline, and performance. That kind of influence is hard to quantify, but can shape the identity of a team in ways that statistics alone cannot capture. At the same time, there's a growing sense that this move could have implications beyond the field, especially when it comes to the Cowboys' brand and presence in the league. Bringing back a player like Cooper under a 4-year deal sends a message of confidence and ambition, something that resonates not only with fans, but also with sponsors, media, and potential future signings. It reinforces the idea that the organization is serious about competing at the highest level and is willing to make bold decisions to get there. This kind of perception can be incredibly powerful, influencing how the team is viewed both nationally and internationally. And in today's sports landscape, where image and narrative play such a crucial role, that might be just as important as the on-field impact. But before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Dallas Cowboys. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments as well. Still, there are those who believe that the real story has yet to surface, that what we are seeing now is only a fraction of a much larger plan. Some speculate that this rumored deal with Amari Cooper could be part of coordinated moves designed to reshape the roster in a very deliberate way. If that is true, then this moment becomes even more intriguing because it suggests that the Cowboys are operating with a level of strategy that goes beyond immediate needs. It raises questions about who else might be involved, what other changes could be on the horizon, and how all of this fits together. The uncertainty keeps everyone guessing, and that is exactly what makes this situation so captivating. Meanwhile, the emotional connection between Cooper and the organization continues to be a central theme in all the speculation. There's a sense that this is not just a professional decision, but a personal one as well, driven by a desire to unfinish business and achieve something meaningful. That kind of motivation can be incredibly powerful, especially when combined with the support of a franchise that believes in you. Fans can feel that energy, even from a distance, and it adds another layer of excitement to the entire situation. It is the kind of story that goes beyond wins and losses, touching on themes of loyalty, redemption, and ambition. And as everything continues to unfold, one thing becomes clear: this is not just another offseason rumor. It is a narrative that has captured the attention of the entire football world. The idea of Amari Cooper committing to the Dallas Cowboys for 4 years carries weight, meaning, and a sense of possibility that is hard to ignore. Whether it becomes official or remains speculation, the impact of this moment is undeniable. It has sparked conversations, fueled debates, and reminded everyone why moments like this are so compelling. Because in the end, it is not just about a contract. It is about what that contract represents: a vision, a gamble, and perhaps the beginning of something truly unforgettable. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Dallas Cowboys, please subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. We always look forward to your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.